We finished yesterday by saying that Paul overcame tremendous hardships and obstacles. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 10, by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace to me was not without effect. It was grace that made Paul more than a conqueror. People all over the world know the word grace because of the song Amazing Grace, but they have no idea what it means. On special occasions, like in New Zealand, we have Christmas in the park, you'll have a non-Christian singing Amazing Grace, which I always think is amazing. But they don't understand the majesty of that great hymn. I still love that song. That's one of my favorite hymns. The words are so powerful. But what is God's grace? Here's a couple of definitions. The supernatural ability of God to be victorious in every situation. Wow. Grace. Supernatural ability of God to be victorious in every situation. I like this one. The empowering presence of God that enables you to be who he created you to be and do what he called you to do. The empowering presence of God. See, grace was everything to Paul. He couldn't stop talking about it. He's called the apostle of grace. He calls his message the gospel of God's grace. In the New Testament, 2/3 of the time grace is used, it's by Paul. His letters open and close with grace. A great dear friend of mine who's gone to be with the Lord years ago had this vision of Jesus. For 5 days, Jesus said one word to him: grace, 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 grace. Imagine that, for 5 days. And the message to him was this: the Christian life from start to finish is lived by the grace of God, not by human effort. We're saved by grace. We all know that. We did nothing to deserve it. We're kept by grace. We serve by grace. We overcome by grace. We finish our race by grace. Ephesians 4 verse 7, to each one of us grace was given according to the measure of Christ's gift. In other words, God has given you and me all the grace we will ever need. We just got to tap into that grace. I remember praying for a person a number of years ago. They were absolutely struggling, ready to give up. And God gave me a verse for them. I wish that always happened, but he didn't. But this time it happened. It doesn't always happen. And the verse God gave me was 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. And I said to the person, here's a verse for you. My grace is sufficient for you. Do you know what? It was true. And that person came through their trial with flying colors by the grace of God. It wasn't them, it was God's grace who got them through. And he can do the same for you in every possible situation, trial, or challenge that you face. I have faced some very difficult times in serving God. At times I felt I was right at the edge and it was just really tough and, quite frankly, beyond my strength to cope. As I've looked back at times, I've wondered, how did I keep going? How did I keep smiling? How did I keep preaching? How did I keep leading? And so on. I now know the answer to that. It was the grace of God. In 1 Peter 4 verse 10, which we'll explore tomorrow, it speaks of the manifold grace of God. What that means is God has provided for each of us the specific aspect of God's grace that we need in our trial. Whatever you're going through today, and your trial may be completely different to the people around you. And it may be something that they've never had to face themselves. And you're wondering, how can I get through this trial? I'm going to show you that God has provided exactly the right grace you need to face your situation and to come through it with success and with victory.